Namaste children, I am Smita, your English teacher from Mangala Vidya Mandira. Class 9 Standard, Subject English. In today's class, let us learn a lesson called as The Noble Bishop. So lesson 6, The Noble Bishop. And this lesson was written by Victor Hugo. Victor Hugo was a French poet, novelist and dramatist. During a literary career that spanned more than 60 years, he wrote abundantly in an exceptional variety of genres: lyrics, satires, epics, philosophical poems, epigrams, novels, history, critical essays, political speeches, funeral orations, diaries, letters, public and private, as well as dramas in verse and prose. Hugo is considered to be one of the greatest and best known French writers. Some of his works are Cromwell, Hans of Iceland, The Last Day Condemned Man, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Les Miserables, Toilers of the Sea, The Man Who Laughs, 93. So this is about the poet. In today's class, let us learn a lesson called as The Noble Bishop. So Unit 6 Prose, The Noble Bishop. Children, all of those whom we see behind the bars doesn't necessarily be bad, isn't it? Some people in jails would have undergone traumatic life experiences which would have forced them to become criminals or thieves. Sometimes thieves are the victims of different situations because of which they commit crime. But whatever it is, one cannot go against the law, isn't it? So here is a story of a thief. We call him as convict. Okay, so convict is a person who is guilty of crime, who serves a sentence of imprisonment. Okay, so here is a story of a thief and a bishop, and how bishop brings a change in the convict and gives him an opportunity to become a better person. So let us learn a new story called as The Noble Bishop. The Noble Bishop, Scene 1. You all know that noble means having or showing high moral qualities or character, isn't it? And bishop is a holy or religious man. Is a Christian clergy, a holy or a religious man. Scene 1. The table is laid for dinner. Silver plates are set on the table. The bishop is seated. His sister, Baptistine, is ready to serve. A convict enters. The story starts with a woman ready to serve food. So she lays silver plates on the table and it's dinner time, and bishop sits to have dinner while Sister Baptistine is about to serve the food. Just then a convict enters. You know, convict is a person who is guilty of crime. So convict enters their house. Convict, hoarsely, see here. My name is Jean Valjean. Children, the pronunciation of this name is Jean Valjean because it's a French name. Okay, so it is pronounced as Jean Valjean, and you all know that the author is also a French author. Victor Hugo is a French author. My name is Jean Valjean. I am a convict. I have been 19 years in the galleys. 4 days ago, I was set free. I have walked for miles. I haven't eaten anything for 3 days. I have asked at every inn. All I was told was, get out. I want food. I'm starving. Give me food quickly. Children, there comes a convict who is very hungry. Okay, he speaks in hoarse voice. Hoarse means rough or harsh sound. Okay, he speaks in hoarse voice. He enters their house and introduces himself as Jean Valjean. So he says he's a convict, and for 19 years he had been in galleys. Galleys is a ship which is rowed by prisoners. So for 19 years he had been in galleys, and 4 days earlier he was released, and that he had walked for miles, had not eaten anything. And that he had not eaten anything for 3 days. He had inquired in every restaurant, but they had asked him to leave the place, and that man says that he was starving and wants food right then. Bishop, calmly. Sister, put another plate on the table and put some sheets on the bed in the alcove. Trembling and stifling a scream, Baptistin goes to carry out the orders. A bishop calmly asks Sister Baptistin to keep another plate on the table for Jean Valjean. He also asks to put some sheets on the bed in the alcove. Alcove refers to the partly enclosed space in the room. Now she comes to know that he is a criminal, so she trembles or shivers with fear. Stifling means suffocating. She feels suffocated, but she obeys Bishop's orders. Bishop. Friend, sit down and warm yourself. You may be tired. While we have supper, your bed will be made ready. Now, Bishop, he talks to Jean Valjean. He asks him to sit and relax as he looked tired, and he says that his bed would be made ready by then. Convict. Do you understand? I am a convict. You call me friend and don't say get out dog as everybody else does? You must be a great soul. Thank you. Now the convict says, Jean says, that Bishop's treatment of him is different from how others have treated him so far. Others called him dog, but Bishop has treated him with care. So he thanks Bishop for that. Bishop. You are suffering. You are hungry and thirsty. You mustn't thank me. Sister, the lamp gives a very poor light. Bring the silver candlesticks and light them. Now Bishop says that the man looks as though he has suffered a lot. Moreover, he was hungry and thirsty. He asked the sister to bring the silver candlesticks and to light them. She goes to the mantle. Mantle is a shelf above the fireplace. She goes to the mantle and she brings silver candlesticks and lights them. She gives them evening's food. It is the supper. And in the supper she serves soup, cheese, mutton and bread. And the convict devours. Devours means eating hungrily. Bishop to convict. You must have suffered a lot. A bishop tells Jean that it looks as if he had suffered a lot. Convict. My God, yes. That's a long time ago. That was when I was a man. Now I am not a man. I am a number. Number 24601. And I have lived in hell for 19 years. The convict says that he had suffered a lot. Earlier he was a man, but now only a number, that is 24601, indicating that in people's eyes he was only a criminal and nothing else. And his 19 years of experience was like living in a hell for him. Bishop, tell me about it, about the hell you lived in. So Bishop now asks Jean to tell his past life, the life of his sufferings. Convict. It's so long ago, I forget. Dreamily. I lived with my sister and her 7 children. Then, yes, I remember. She was ill. We had no food. I could get no work. The children were starving, so I stole some bread. I was sentenced to 19 years in the galleys. 19 years in hell. Sobs. Then began my stay in hell. They chained me up like a wild animal. They lashed me like a hound. I fed on filth for 19 years. 19 years they took away my name. They took away my soul, and they gave me a devil in its place. I was a man once. I am a beast now, and they made me what I am. Now I am free to starve. Now the convict starts telling his story. He says that he had lived with his sister and her 7 children. Then he says that his sister was ill. They had no food and he could not get any work to do. The children were starving without food, which made him to steal some bread. For that reason, for 19 years he had to work in galleys, which was like hell for him, full of sufferings. There he was chained like wild animal, and he was treated like a hunting dog. Hound is nothing but hunting dog. He had to eat filth. Filth means dirty food. he was completely treated like a beast, like an animal. He was once man. He says that he was once man and now he has become an animal. Okay, says the convict or Jean Valjean. So he shares about his traumatic life experiences with Bishop. Bishop: My son, you have suffered much, but there is hope for all. You can have rest now. Okay. Now Bishop, he starts showing sympathy towards the convict. He says that he had suffered a lot in his life. Jean Valjean had suffered a lot in his life and now it's time to take rest for him. Convict: Hope, hope, ha ha ha. Okay. Now why is he laughing at the word hope? Now Bishop uses the word hope, isn't it? Now listening to that, convict laughs. Okay, it indicates that he has lost hope in his life due to his painful experiences. Bishop: You have walked far. You are tired. Lie down and sleep on the couch there. Good night, young man. Now Bishop, he asks Jean to sleep on the bed as he was tired. Jean Valjean was so exhausted as tired, that he fell asleep immediately. Towards the middle of the night he woke up. What awoke him was the bed. It was a long, long ago since he had slept on a bed. He started reflecting about those 19 years. He had been sentenced for stealing bread. He tried to escape many times. Each time he was caught, the court increased his sentence, and 19 years had gone by. He had entered the galleys sobbing and shuddering. He came out hardened. Okay, now Jean Valjean, he becomes very tired and he falls asleep. So he wakes up at the middle of the night. He had not slept on the bed for 19 years. Isn't it, children? He was imprisoned for stealing bread. He had tried to escape many times, but he was caught and his punishment increased every time he was caught. And 19 years of his life had passed. Once he was free, he asked for work, but no one was willing to take him. The cathedral clock struck 2. Jean Valjean thought about the silverware that was laid on the table for dinner. He rose to his feet, hesitated for a moment, listened and walked cautiously to the adjacent room. The rays of the moonlight shone on the bishop's face. He slept tranquilly. Jean Valjean stood terrified at this radiant figure. So when Jean Valjean became free, when he was released, he asked for work, but no one gave him the job. So now he's sleeping on the bed and it was 2 o'clock and he thinks about the silverware which was kept on the table. So he gets up and slowly walks to the next room. Now the moonlight falls on Bishop's face who was sleeping there. He was sleeping tranquilly. Tranquilly means calmly, without any disturbance. He looks at Bishop's radiant or shining face and he feels terrified. Terrified means extremely scared. The moral world has no greater spectacle than this. A troubled and restless conscience on the verge of committing an evil deed, contemplating the sleep of a good man. Suddenly Jean Valjean went past the bed, straight to the cupboard. He saw the silverware, took it, crossed the room, jumped out of the window, ran across the garden, leaped over the wall like a tiger and fled. Okay, now Jean Valjean, he looks thoughtfully at the sleeping man, that is the bishop, for a long time. Then he goes to the cupboard. He takes the silver items from there and he jumps out of the window and he jumps over the wall like a tiger and escapes from that particular place. Coming to scene 2, Baptistin. Good heavens, the silver is stolen. That man who came last night has stolen it. Runs to the alcove and comes back. The man has gone. Now Baptistin, she tells Bishop that the silver is stolen by Jean Valjean and he has escaped from the window. Bishop, with sadness, I have for a long time wrongfully withheld the silver. It belonged to the poor. Who was this man? A poor man evidently. It belonged to him. There is a knock at the door. A bishop tells her that the silver that was there in their house belonged to poor people because they were in need of such items. And indeed, poor man had taken it, so it belongs to him. At that time, they hear a knock at the door. Bishop, come in. A servant and 4 policemen enter with the convict bound. Bishop at that moment sees or looks at a servant and 4 policemen who enter their house along with Jean Valjean. Sergeant, Bishop, we have caught. Okay, sergeant is an officer in army or air force. Okay, who is the sergeant, children? Is an officer in army or air force. So sergeant comes there to Bishop's house with Jean Valjean bound, along with 4 policemen. Bishop, ah, there you are. I am glad to see you, my friend. So when sergeant comes and says that the thief is caught, Bishop calls Jean Valjean his friend. And sergeant is surprised to hear this. Sergeant, puzzled. Puzzled means surprised. Friend? Now he is surprised that Bishop is calling the convict as friend. Bishop, to Jean Valjean, but I gave you the candlesticks also, which are silver like the rest. Why didn't you take them along with the plates? Jean Valjean looks at the bishop with an expression that no words could describe. Okay, now what does Bishop say, children? Now Bishop tells Jean that he had given him the silver candlesticks also and asks him why he had forgotten to take them along with his plates. So hearing this, Jean becomes completely surprised, is taken aback. He becomes totally surprised listening to the bishop. Sergeant, then what this man said must be true. He said, Bishop, he must have told you that the silverware was given to him by me and that he has spent the night here, and you brought him here. It's all a mistake. When Sergeant says that the man had told the same thing, Bishop explains that he would have told that all the silver plates would have been given by the bishop himself and that he had spent the night in Bishop's house. And he asks why Sergeant had made a mistake of bringing the man, that is Jean, to his house again, thinking he is a criminal, isn't it? The bishop is trying to save poor convict, that is Jean Valjean, because he knows that if he is sentenced or sent to jail again, his life would become worse than before. Isn't it, children? Sergeant, if that is so, we can let him go. They release the convict and leave. The sergeant, hearing the words of Bishop, releases the man and he leaves from that place. Bishop, my friend, before you go away, you can take these candlesticks. They are yours. Take them. Gives him the silver candlesticks. Now you may go in peace. By the way, when you come again, you need not come through the garden. You can always come in and go out by the front door. The doors of my house are never locked, day or night. Jean Valjean, my brother, promised me that you would use the silver to become an honest man. Will you fulfill this promise? Convict, yes, I will. Sobs, I feel I am a man again and not a wild beast. He leaves. Okay, now Bishop, he tells Jean to take silver candlesticks before he leaves, and he tells him that next time he enters his house, he could enter through front door and not the garden. So he also takes promise from him that he would use silver for good purpose and never steal again in future and become an honest person. Jean Valjean promises that he would become a man again and not a beast. Beast means animal. Years rolled by, and Jean Valjean led the life of an honest man, remembering the bishop's words. He had sold all the silverware except the candlesticks. He kept them with him all his life in memory of the good bishop. He strove for the cause of the oppressed, downtrodden, and destitute. So as years passed, he kept the promise that he gave the bishop. He sold all the silverware but kept candlesticks in memory of the good bishop. And all throughout his life, he worked hard for the sake of oppressed and downtrodden. Oppressed and downtrodden are those people who were treated badly. And also, he worked for the sake of destitutes. Destitutes means extremely poor people. Okay, so I hope you have understood this lesson, children. So, what do you understand from this lesson? Children, crimes should be hated and not criminals, isn't it? So, however, thieves like Jean Valjean should not be given severe punishment. So, here just for stealing bread, he was severely punished, which he did not deserve, isn't it? Of course, stealing is bad action, but these individuals can be converted to good human beings by showing humanity towards them and displaying love and care, isn't it, children? I hope the lesson is clear to you. Okay, now coming to the homework part. Do you think what Bishop did for the convict is right? Justify your answer. Okay, the question is, do you think what Bishop did for the convict is right? Justify your answer. Okay, send it through WhatsApp after completing the homework. Thank you, children.